I have a lot of things here. This is kind of a ridiculous card, but I mean, you could bear it down so you don't have to use so many things. Okay, first of all, you do need a set of dies that has words. Okay, so the Amazing Thanks is a great one that we have that is in the January to June catalog right now, and it says it's got awesome and thanks and then U and R. Okay, so we're going to use the thanks. The only reason I'm using this die set here is because it has this cute little stitched heart, and I really needed a cute little stitched heart on this project. So there you go. You could use any other heart you might have. You could use a butterfly. You could use a flower. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. I just specifically wanted this heart because it's cute because it has stitching on it. That's honestly why I bought these dies. I really have no intentions of making a spinning around card. You know, like a viewfinder card. I'm not going to do that. I shouldn't say I'm not. I'm probably not. But I love the dies that are in here. We've got this fun scallop. We've got these 4 little stitched hearts. We've got these cute little arrows and then some labels, which I thought were just really fun. So that's really the only reason I bought that. Okay, so we are also using 2 different sets for sentiments. Of course, you probably have sentiments that you can use. So since I'm using a die cut thanks, I also want to say so much. Oh, whoops, that's glare. So much from the Sweet as a Peach, which is retiring, because I really like the fonts in this set. And then on the inside, I'm going to say you were there and I am very grateful. So it's going to say thanks so much. You were there and I am very grateful. So I just kind of looked around until I found a little like phrase that I wanted to use. We are going to be using some brand new colors. We're going to use this Sweet Sorbet ink for the card. We're going to use, this is what I'm cutting my little heart out of, the ombre glimmer paper, the in color glimmer paper. Look at this fun stuff. So there's my heart. I cut it out right out of the middle of a strip. Look at this stuff. It's shimmery, and the glitter, it's not that kind of glitter paper where the glitter flakes off. Oh, no, no, no. This glitter does not flake off. It is fantastic. Okay, so you get all these beautiful colors and shades of our in colors. So you actually get some of these papers in the In Color Club. If you do join that, every month you'll get some of those. We're also going to be using a piece of the Designer Series paper. This is one of our stacks where, you know, all the stacks have the same patterns, but then there are different color families. So we're going to use this fun polka dot pattern out of the Parakeet Party, but you can see you get all these fun patterns in all these amazing new colors. So yeah, super excited about that. Okay, so I've just chopped off a 1.5 inch strip of that paper. So here that is. I also have a thick white card base. It's I cut this to 4.25 by 11 and folded it. And then I have a bunch of strips of the new colors. So I have a strip of each color. These are about 7/8 of an inch wide. Okay. And then I have a piece of white. This measures 2.5 by, I think it's like 4 1/8. It's not really crucial what this measures. All we're going to do is we're going to lay these pieces of cardstock over this and kind of make just some stripes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting that done. I need a piece of scrap paper. So I'm going to add this to this piece of grid paper with a bit of sticky. And I'm just lining this up with the grid lines that are already on the sheet here. And then I'm going to start with the Tahitian Tide. So I'm just going to add some liquid glue, actually, to the whole thing. And you kind of want the whole thing to be covered with glue. For this works best if the whole thing is mostly covered with glue. Okay. And so I'm not actually squirting out a ton right now. I'm just kind of using the nozzle to swirl it around so that I can get the whole thing mostly covered. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with the Tahitian Tide, and I'm just going to do it kind of like right in the middle. And then I'm using the grid lines to help me keep this so that it's centered. And then once I get the first one down, the other ones are just super simple to get down. So we've got the Parakeet Party there and the Sweet Sorbet. And then we're going to add some of the Starry Sky. And then finally the Orchid Oasis. Okay, and then we're going to end up cutting this piece down. Okay, so we're going to peel it off of the grid paper. I'm going to get my trimmer here. So first of all, I want to make sure that all of the white is covered. Okay. All right. So then I'm just going to trim this down. So it's going to end up being like 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. All right. So I'm just going to bump it up at the top here. I've got a little bit. So all the pieces are kind of over the track line so that when I cut this off, I have a nice flat edge now. And so I want this to be like 4 1/4. So it's just a little bit longer than 4 1/4. So I'm just going to trim some of the sides off. All right. And then put that up at the top. And now I can cut it at the 2 3/4 inch mark. There we go. We've got all those. And then finally, this one, we'll flip it to the other side. And oh my gosh, we are so close. Oh, yeah, it was pretty much 4 1/4 already. Okay. So that's what we have so far. Just a fun strip of cardstock. And I did see a tiny bit of glue squish out between these two panels. So I'm just going to use my adhesive eraser and just get rid of that glue. Okay, so next we're going to take the die. So we've got the thanks here. And we're going to place it on the card, or the little layer here. You want to make sure it's going to cover all 5 colors. Okay, just because that's going to make it more fun. It's going to be cuter that way. And then I need my little heart here, and I'm going to stick my little heart kind of up here above my thanks. I think that's where I want it, about like that. And this doesn't really matter. So then I'm going to use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Well, actually, I'll have to redo that because I've got to bring this in. So I'm going to use my mini because this die is thin enough that it will work really well on the platform here. Okay, so we're going to stick that on. We're going to put these back in place. Again, just make sure, I'm not in the frame. Just make sure that your die, like I said, is covering multiple colors, all of them if you can get it. And everything is kind of tilted just a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to add my other plate. Oh my, I've got this going in the wrong, well, because I'm not a lefty, so this might be interesting. Let's see if we can get this to go with my left hand. I'm trying to make sure my die doesn't move, so I'm kind of holding it, but I think we're good now. And yeah, I'm not a lefty. That was a struggle. Okay. So we have our little heart. We can use that for something else. And now this is kind of critical. When you punch your thanks out, or whatever your word is, make sure you keep all the little pieces that are inside, like the cursive letters, like the K and the T and the H and the S. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. So I'm just kind of pushing this to the back so I can get it off. There we go. Okay, so now I want to make sure that I am going to keep this piece that came out of the T next to the H, that little guy right there, this little guy right here, this little A. Okay. And then the K and the S. Okay. So we're going to keep all of these little pieces right over here. All right, so then we need another piece of white because we need to cover the back with white. So this can be, it doesn't matter. It can be a scrap. It can be like this I've got that I've already stamped on. It doesn't even matter. I'm just going to trim this a little bit. So if my piece is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, I want this to be about 2 1/2-ish by 4, probably. Okay, and I'm going to add glue to this layer. Oh, actually, I'll put it on this. So I'm going to put glue all the way around this. And then I'm actually going to scribble it in the middle too, because I want to be able to make everything stick. Okay, so we're going to lay that. So now you can see I do have the glue showing on the inside there. So what I did, I already cut out a couple of these out of white. So now I'm going to drop a white one in here. And since I already put the, excuse me, put the adhesive in there, that's going to work really well. So now I need to add these little pieces that I kept. Okay, so these should be able to, if you use your take your pick tool, they should go in pretty easily. We're just lining everything back up, plopping it right back in, and the adhesive, like I said, you saw me put the adhesive on there. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then this little thing, look how fun that is. And so then if you want, you can like add some more layers of white. If you want to like really pop it up and make it thick, you can do that. I'm not going to. Now do keep these because you can use those on something else, and I'll show you what I did with them. All right, so then I die cut. I told you I die cut my little flower out of the red. And so there it is, my little red sparkly heart. And then I tied a bow with some of our new In Color Baker's Twine. This is the Starry Sky. And I need a glue dot. And my glue dots are fat. I don't know as though I've had such a fat bunch of glue dots. So I'm going to roll this up into like a little tube. And then I'm going to add this. And then I'm going to add that right to the edge of the heart. It looks like I got some smudgy there. Okay, so that's kind of our main focal point. So here's our card base. Here is a strip of designer series paper. So I'm just going to add some glue across the whole thing, because we're going to just add this across the center. I probably should use my grid paper because I'm not that good at this. All right, let's just bring it in real quick here and just see how we did. If we got it right or not right, I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. All right, and then we're just going to snip off this excess here. I think it's cute, so I hope you guys do too. And then I'm going to stick it on like that. So cute. Where is my dimensionals? Oh, now I just get off there. I'm trying to get this in the center. And there we go. That's just a fun way to add a lot of color to your cards, I think. So I enjoyed doing that. Now, also what I thought we could do is we could bring those same dots back in, and we could add some, I have the blends for all of these colors, and so we could maybe add some gems around. Oh, I just need to add my sentiment. Hold on. I need to do the thanks. So I've got the so much here, so I'm just going to very carefully ink that between the two words. Oh, I'm going to have to move this so that I can see it, so bear with me. I want it about right here. There we go. So it says, thanks so much. Oh, look at that. I already have some colored. Do we want to use red or should I use a different color? You guys tell me what color we should use of these colors. So we'll call this like the dark purple. This is the Starry Sky, the Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, Parakeet Party, and Orchid Oasis. So you guys tell me what color you want me to make the dots. And then while you're doing that, I'm going to stamp my sentiment on the inside. So we are waiting for the comments. I'm going to stamp on the inside. And actually, I think I'm going to use Tahitian Tide on the inside. Paula says red. Joan also says red. Oh my gosh, it seems like we've already got our thing set here. There we go. Everyone is saying red. Okay, fair enough. We're going red. So I've got 2 done already. So let me bring in that marker again, and we will do one more. Because you got to have 3, I think, don't you? Okay. So then, you guys, how I told you to keep these little pieces. This is what I did with mine. If I can find this is like the simplest card you will ever see me make. There it is. Because I had another one earlier today that I made. So that's all I did with it. I just stuck my thanks on there, stuck my heart, tied a little piece of twine, and that's literally my card. So that's like the easiest card ever. So I got a twofer here today. I got one card that took a little bit of time, and then a card that took like 2 seconds to glue those pieces on. So there you go. Okay. And we're going to add some gems, or not some gems, some epoxy shapes. I am thinking I'm going to go right there. And then maybe up here around the corner. Maybe. Ooh, wait. I think I kind of want to go like that. Okay, so there it is. So there is my card for my last card. So thank you guys for coming